All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the first episode of a brand new podcast called the 915 Podcast, including me, Ernesto,
Manny,
and Jose Jr. Doesn't matter.
In this podcast, we want to talk about a lot of random topics here and there. This episode, we're going to be talking about introducing ourselves since it's the first episode, some conspiracy theories, and birth order topics. First, I think we're going to start off with Manny introducing himself. Manny, could you start?
Yeah, so just like I guess like you guys, I was born here in El Paso, born and raised. I've been here all my whole life. So in a way, I am very connected to the city. I do want to leave though. I do want to leave one day. But yeah, I was born and raised here in El Paso. Right, I am going to EPCC at the moment, but I went to America's High School, and I know you guys went to America's too, so we have that in common.
Everyone
went. But yeah, what you guys want to know about me? Any questions? I know I've known Ernie for a while now, same as Junior. I've known him for a while, but
very different ways we've known each other.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, for people who don't know, my cousin is Ernesto. So I've known him, his whole life. I known Manny since he was a freshman and I was a senior, but I didn't really know Manny. Like,
we just knew who.
I just knew you were alive.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
I'm like, oh, there's this dude.
They know of each other.
Yeah, it's just Manny. Like, oh, hi Manny. Like, we would run into every quince, every restaurant, store. It doesn't matter. I would always run into Manny, and I'll be like, Manny?
I was an NPC in his life.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing here?
Side character.
I was a side character in his life.
It's like he was following me, bro. It was weird.
I was giving side quests.
I know, bro. I'm all like, Manny, why you following me? Nah, but it was mostly because Manny liked to dance. Well, he still dances.
He's a good dancer.
Hey, what can I say?
Sure. Nah, just kidding.
Because I remember your wife. She was a choreographer for many of the quinceañeras that came out in, and you would just be sitting there all bored in practices, just all serious.
Yeah, well, it's because the thing is, she would only need me for like one spin, and I'd just be like, okay, I'm just sitting here. But I should have helped out more. I should have done more, but I know there's for sometimes it was just like I was just sitting there for that one spin, and I was just like, all right, okay, because sometimes she would be working on just the guy dance, and I'm like, well, what can I do here? I'm not a choreographer, or just the girl dance, and I'm like, well, I can't do nothing here, so I would only be there for like the couple one, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the only reason I know Manny, because of my wife. And
I had her for band too.
Yeah. Well, we were all in band.
But I don't remember talking to you in band though.
Yeah. It's because I was a percussionist in band and you were a saxophone, right? And she was saxophone.
And it was only for like a year, no?
Yeah.
I
didn't even go to class.
Yeah. What do you, cut that part?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Perfect attendance.
No, but yeah, like since you were in saxophone, we always have different, every class period was different. So I remember percussion was 5th period.
Because I remember I wasn't in marching band. I was in the first semester. I was in jazz band. But,
jazz band?
Oh, nah, dude.
You hated it?
It was just way too advanced for me. Like, I remember.
Oh, really?
We had to improvise one time.
Yeah.
And I would always get lucky. I would never get chosen, right? And I guess the teacher knew because he was like, this guy doesn't know how to play that good, right? And I remember one time he pointed at me. And I was like I gotta play something.
So what'd you play?
Bro, I just played a couple of random notes. Like, it wasn't even good. And he just kind of took pity on me. And he was like, all right, next.
He was like, good job.
Good job.
Dude.
Participation.
I loved improvising in jazz band, bro. I loved it.
It was pretty cool, but
it does take, I don't know how it is, right? Like, to improvise in saxophone, trumpet, trombone. I would always either improvise in the drum set or in the xylophone or whatever we had to use, or even in the bongos. I remember I used to improvise in the bongos.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like, improvising is fun. You just gotta go with the flow,
Yeah, that's true.
As long as you got rhythm, you're good.
I remember after that day, I was like,
never again.
There's no way I'm gonna stay in this class.
That was the day you realized.
That was the day I realized I was not meant to be there. And then second semester I had concert band, and it wasn't that bad either, but still it just wasn't for me.
Yeah. Well, what else have you done with your life?
I was also in mariachi for 2 years. Just music in general. I've always really liked music. It's always been a big part of my life. And mariachi was fun as well. The first year was after I quit band. I joined mariachi sophomore year, and along with my sister, and it was pretty fun. Not gonna lie. I went out of town one year to, I think it was called Edinburgh, Texas. Bro,
Was it far or not?
It was so far.
Dang.
We went on a bus.
I've heard across Texas it was like, what, 10?
It's like, no, it's longer. Like
12?
13 hours.
12
yeah.
hours.
Texas is huge.
Horizontally.
Texas is huge, yeah. And it was pretty fun. Mariachi was really cool. I enjoyed it way more than I enjoyed band. Especially because I felt like I was decent at it, you know? And band, I was terrible, bro. I was terrible. But in mariachi, I felt like I was decent.
What did you play in mariachi? Saxophone? You can't play
No,
saxophone.
I was the bass. It's like the
Oh, yeah,
It's like the big old. It's like a guitar. But it's a big old guitar.
I remember when you joined mariachi, I would always see you walking around with the big old bass. Yeah.
One time, because I used
You
to
fell.
sew. No. I did break it once, though. It was bad. But so I used to sell chips as well in Americas. And
hey, that's illegal.
Dude, in the restrooms, I remember
I would walk.
restrooms.
Yeah, during transition, I would go into the restrooms, and other guys would just be in there, you know, goofing around, and I would sell easy like 10 to 15 chips sometimes.
But when were you sold out? By like lunch? Sometimes
by lunch I was out. They would hit me. They would send me messages because I would accept Cash App, I would accept Zelle, I would accept Apple Pay. So like people would hit me up like, hey bro, I need my chips. I need my sabritas.
They needed chips.
And well, anyways, one time somebody snitched on me, so that's how I got caught. And the next day that I went to school, I pulled up with my guitarron case, and it's like a big old case. And then the security, remember the redheaded lady?
Yeah, the girl.
She was like, hey, so I'm gonna need you to take out. I'm gonna need you to open your bag, see if you have any chips in there. And I was like, are you serious? Like, it's just an instrument. So like in the middle of the hall, she like, it was in the morning. I was barely going to the school. She made me open my bag, and I had to like show her that I was an instrument. She made me open my backpack, and for like a full week, bro, they would just like stare at me, and they were like, this kid. But after like 2 months, I started selling chips.
Suspicious, but it was a big old instrument.
They didn't want to see me succeed, you know. But yeah, after that, after mariachi, I just kind of stopped like being in music programs and all that. I have a bass, and I kind of try to teach myself, but I'm not really like, I don't have that much time dedicated to that. But yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Well, I know we're already in February, so we're recording this in February 7th. But what are your New Year resolutions? Or like, have you kept your New Year resolutions?
I feel like I have because when the pandemic started, that's when our first year of college started, you know. And since it was online, I didn't like it. I didn't really try. So one of my resolutions was that this year I do want to take school a little bit more serious.
And you've been doing that.
And I've been doing it. Yeah, I've been enjoying going to school. I've been enjoying just, you know, my classes. I got cool teachers, which is, you know, that helps out a lot. So one of my resolutions definitely was do better in school, and I'm doing it. Another one of my resolutions was kind of, what else? What other resolutions?
Hey, weight loss or weight gain?
I mean, always, you know, just go to the gym. But
the usual, everyone's usual.
I have not done a single thing of exercise this year. Not gonna lie, but I haven't.
We actually went. We did go to the gym. Remember this year?
Oh,
me and Manny went to
the
gym together.
That's true. We went to Planet.
But we went to go cancel our membership.
We went in our jeans after work. But yeah, I mean, it had been months since we had gone though.
Yeah, I'm about to go do that too. Like probably tomorrow or something. Cause
but not because no exercise. It's all gonna be home. Right?
That's true. I am gonna be doing yoga at home. I have been interested in like doing yoga, or you know what seems pretty cool, calisthenics. I think that's what it's
just
called.
like push body weight and all that.
Yeah, but what all the crazy stuff they do like with the pull-up bars and all that. Like, I think that looks pretty cool.
You should meditate.
I did like once.
What?
Just
it takes,
once. Yeah.
It takes like 10 seconds.
I'm pretty impatient, you know. Like I get frustrated just sitting there, so it's pretty difficult for me just kind of sit there and meditate. I know you meditated for a while though, huh? Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
And I'm actually starting to get back into it. That's why I'm starting to bring it up. Like I said, it takes, like I've told everyone, the first session, bro, is gonna be the worst because you're gonna notice how hard it is to not think. every time you think, you gotta focus on not thinking. But you get frustrated, like you said. Thoughts are always coming in.
Yeah.
But like I said, it takes 3 or 4 sessions, and you finally start zenning out. Finally start.
So is that what yoga is? Just not thinking?
No,
Honestly,
yoga's different because
I mean, I'm not meditation. I'm sorry, meditation.
Oh,
sorry,
meditation?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
There's people who do it because, like, I don't know. I'm not too deep into it, but people supposedly have like visions when they go really into their state or whatever. But I'm doing it just to like kind of clear mind, focus on or unfocus on things, and kind of know what I want to do at this moment. Blah blah blah.
Because, like I said, I remember you did it for a while. Do you think that was a big part of your life, or did that kind of like change?
No, yeah, it helped a lot. I mean, you remember when I was doing it, I was kind of going through some stuff, so it helped a lot. Helped definitely clear a lot of stuff out, and I got better, and I stopped doing it. But like I said, I remember all the benefits and all that, so I kind of started getting back into it.
And now that you're telling us about all the meditation, like tell us a little bit more about yourself too.
About myself,
yeah.
Well, I'm 19 years old, almost 20 in a couple months.
That's true, almost, huh?
Yeah, but there's still time. Still 19 right now. So yeah, I go at UTEP. I'm a sophomore studying computer science. I really want to do blockchain technology in the future. That's like a topic for another day because that's really in depth. I went to Americas, like you guys said. I'm cousins with Jose. I've known Manny since elementary school.
Wow.
But honestly, we never really got super close until like what junior year of high school.
Yeah.
We were always in the same friend group, but I never imagined we'd be making a podcast together. Besides that, I love playing video games on my free time. So I'm Dead by Daylight, so Siege. I play Siege with Jose here. He carried last night.
I was about to say, who do you think is better, you or Jose?
Nah, Jose's been playing Siege way longer than me on the PC. I'll give him the edge on the. But
you said PC, so on console.
On console, well, no. Either way, I still give it to Jose. He's better. He does the tactics. I'm more of a just kills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only reason I like playing Siege is because it's like a chess match.
It's very tactical,
and that's the reason. That's the only reason I always come back to that game. No matter the cheaters, no matter the bugs, no matter the player count, if it's low, high, it doesn't matter. I always come back to that game just because it's like chess. It's not just I'm gonna run in there and shoot everyone. Nah.
That's how I used to play.
Nah, like there's
does different things.
There's a whole strategy behind it, and that's the only reason I really like Siege. That's the whole reason I like watching their pro scene. And that's the reason I don't watch the pro scene in Call of Duty. That's the only reason I don't like the pro scene in like other video games, because it's not like football. I know you can't compare football to a video game, right? But football is like a chess match, right?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Play by play.
Because in the pro scene, what you do is you look at other teams, you look at film, and the same way you look at film in football, that's the same way you look at film in the video game, which is very cool to me, because it's like, okay, well, I need to see what they're good at, what they're not good at, what are their weaknesses, and what can we attack. When we play against that certain team, we attack those weaknesses. It's the same thing in football. You watch certain film, what players hurt, what players not hurt, what player, is good at this and that, what player can you attack, and it's the same thing.
And that's crazy, because esports, I know they're getting pretty big. I know they're getting really, really big.
Esports is starting to come up. It's coming up and up in the.
I started a team.
What would you guys name the team?
The 915.
The 915
gamers.
Nah, well, what else?
I like the whole. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm SG Salty Gaming. Well, not I'm SG, but I really like the whole. I've always dreamed of, if I ever made a clan or a gaming team, I would name it Salty
Gaming. Remember when we started? When we wanted to start a soccer team.
Oh yeah,
Salty FC.
We were gonna get jerseys. We had one practice and everything.
We went to the local park.
Like 5-6 people.
We set up cones and everything, and we had drills. We had a little scrimmage at the end, and we were dedicated. But
we're out of shape. But
dude, I'm still out of shape, bro. I
remember when we all played in the park.
We all played last summer or something? No, not even. It was like fall. It was like in the fall. Dude, I was dying, bro. I was dying.
Those guys just kept running. I don't understand They just kept sprinting.
I
turned
was
around,
dead.
just see Jose on the floor. Just
Hey, but we killed them, bro. We won like...
We did win.
We won like 10-2. What you mean?
Yeah.
But dude, I was dying. I was just like, oh, dude, I'm so out of shape.
Our lungs were on fire that
And
day.
then we got food right after. Like, right after.
We got
right
Sonic,
after,
huh?
Yeah.
I remember we got the footlong chili cheese hot dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was pretty good.
So what else, Ernesto?
Yeah,
What are your favorite football teams, sports? Do you like anything like that?
I love the Green Bay Packers. What do you, I mean, you guys obviously know. If you guys are watching this in 2022, you guys know the situation about Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for my team.
And how does that make you feel?
It's a double-edged sword. If he stays, it's great because he stays. There's another chance we can make it a Super Bowl, but he takes a lot of money. We lose a lot of players for sure. But if he leaves, we lose a Hall of Fame quarterback, but we keep a bunch of players, keep our defense intact.
But do you think losing him is gonna ruin the team, or just kind of like?
It's not gonna ruin the team, but we're not gonna be a top 10 team anymore.
Really?
Yeah, we'll still probably win a division. I'm not gonna lie. I still think we'll win the division, but
I don't know, bro. The Lions are kind of scary.
nah, the Lions, the Bears. No
Bears.
hate to the.
Hey,
NFC
what if the
North.
Bears get Russell Wilson?
No, Russell. I don't know if you saw Russell Wilson. Actually, he's like there to 2023. No, he got like one more year or something like
Yeah, but I know. But what if they traded for him?
that. Nah. Justin
No,
Fields.
I know,
You
but
don't
I
like
mean,
Justin Fields?
yeah, but what if they give Justin Fields to the Seahawks and then give Russell Wilson?
Then yes, I think the Bears take that.
I mean,
I really like Russell Wilson. If you're listening, get out of Seattle, bro.
no, bro, stay in Seattle. I think Seattle.
You think he needs to stay?
Yeah, bro.
They're not in a rebuild.
Nah, they're not in a rebuild. Not yet.
Nah, I don't know.
I mean, they still have DK Metcalf. They still have Tyler Lockett. Chris Carson. They just got to get a no line because for the longest time the Seahawks have lived like, we don't need a no line. He could just run.
Yeah, Russell could just run.
No, but not anymore. He's getting older.
And they're catching up to him.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Nick Bosa.
Tom Brady is good because I've always given them a no line. I mean, that's not the only reason he's good, right? But he's always played behind a good old line, and look at him. He's still.
Give him some time and throw. It's time to make decisions. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all quarterbacks need.
It's not even that much time. Just give him a good 3 seconds and you're good.
Hey, but Joe Burrow doesn't need time. He's getting overrun like every play.
Yeah, that's true. But Joe Burrow's different, bro.
He's younger. He's way younger.
Yeah, he's like what, 23, bro?
How old is Dak again?
He's 27.
He's still pretty young.
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
You think he's gonna be a Cowboy?
Yeah,
Forever?
pretty much forever. Like Tony Romo, bro. It's hard, bro. It's hard to find a franchise quarterback.
That's what the Broncos need to do. Isn't that right, man?
Aaron Rodgers is going
I was
over
about to
there.
say, isn't Rodgers going to Broncos next? Oh,
Well, no, that's a very.
Yeah, I was saying,
That's like his number one destination if he does leave.
Not the Steelers.
It's number 1 and number 2 right there. Those two teams.
The
I would
Mont-
rather him go to the Steelers though. Not gonna lie.
We're gonna
Just because of Juju and Claypool.
Devontae is gonna come to the Cowboys. Imagine.
Not the Raiders.
Nah. Well, it doesn't matter. Well,
so, I know you like the Cowboys,
I
Junior.
do like the Cowboys.
And how do you feel?
Still pretty good. I ain't too butthurt.
No.
I don't get butthurt or anything. I
Hey,
used to.
The Packers and the Cowboys have the same destiny every year. Losing, we know we're gonna make it in playoffs, but
We just losing the
yeah,
playoffs.
just knew we're losing the playoffs. I told you beginning of the season, man. They're not.
But who's gonna take it?
The Bengals.
Beginning of the season, I said Rams. I love Matthew Stafford, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna prove everyone wrong.
No, but the Bengals will win.
The Bengals? Why the Bengals? Just because, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Joe Burrow has been underdog in the past three games, and he's
Not even, bro.
proven
He's been the
everyone
underdog. That team's been the underdog like the whole freaking
wrong the
season.
whole season.
They play with a chip in their shoulder, and then they play. As much as it sucks to say, they're a second half team, but that coaching staff knows how to make adjustments. That coaching staff knows like what it's doing. I'm telling you, like football's like chess. You need to make adjustments. You need to know
Who you're playing against.
you need to strategize.
You need to adapt.
Exactly. So it's amazing. Like that's why like I like the video game Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, and that's why I like football, because there's a lot of strategy behind it.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself. What else do you like?
Well, I mean, I'm the oldest one out of this group. I am 23 years old. About to be 24. Well, not about, but this year I will be 24. I have a wife, beautiful wife, a beautiful daughter. Married for about to be 3 years, actually, next month. I've been to America's High School. I've been to UTEP. Haven't graduated, but I will. Working to be a teacher, and pretty much a high school teacher of mathematics, probably calculus or algebra 1 or 2. And I was a police officer, and I am a owner / co-owner / manager of a Mexican restaurant where Ernesto and Manny work at. Yeah. So
the three of us work there at the restaurant.
Best restaurant in El Paso.
Best service you'll ever see.
Best Mexican restaurant.
That's true.
Why not best restaurant in general? Damn. It's messed up, bro.
I don't know.
Anyways, the service is pretty good.
It's the best service.
Best service.
Go find out for yourselves.
That's true. It's on the corner of Lee Trevino and Pebble Hills if you ever want to go.
3143.
3143 Lee Trevino, exactly. But you said you were a cop. Tell us a little bit more about that. When did you join the academy? Like what year? Straight out of high school or?
When did I 2000. It was when I recently got married. That was 3 years ago. So 2019, that's when I became a cop. And I was a cop for almost 2 years. And yeah, that was very fun. It was very fun. A lot of people don't like cops. Like,
especially nowadays, it's a very, very hard topic. You know, just law enforcement and all.
Yeah.
Do you know there's like a cop shortage just because people don't want to be cops anymore?
Like
there's been a cop shortage here in El Paso for like the past like 20, 30 years. like there's been a cop shortage like ever since I think El Paso became a thing, bro. But I'm very biased when it comes to cops when I see, shootings and everything. But not because I've been a cop. I mean, well, yeah, I guess it is because I've been a cop. But it's because I've lived on both sides of the spectrum. I've been a normal citizen like you guys. And I've been on the other side of the spectrum where I've been in fights and I've been in, where I had to hold my gun up and everything. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum. So a lot of the stuff that you see online where, cops should have done this, and this, and this. And yeah, maybe I do agree with that. The cops should have done this, and this. But you also have to understand that I'm not protecting cops here or anything because there are very, very bad cops over there. There are very, very bad cops that they shouldn't deserve a badge. Like in any job, right? Yeah, like in a teacher. Yeah. Like, there's certain teachers that, get arrested because they're having, sexual relationships with their students. And, there's always bad apples in every profession. That's not going to be there's never a perfect world, right? But the thing about cops is that you Monday morning quarterback it. I don't know if you guys know what that means.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
So again, going back to strategizing and everything, what do you played football, right, Ernesto?
Yeah, I played football.
Did you play it in high school?
For 2 years.
What did you do the next day or like the next day of school after a game?
After a game?
Or right after a game. Didn't you watch film?
No, not in the JV though.
No, not in JV. Well, in varsity, you watch film.
I remember
either right after the game
or before.
Or well, you got to watch it after the game that you just played.
Oh, okay, the game you just played. Yeah, then definitely right after.
Yeah, you watch it right after. And that's what people do when they're looking at the videos online about, this cop shot this person, he's wrong. Because people are Monday morning quarterbacking it. They have time to relax, look at the video, look at everything and everything.
Yeah, taking all the information
and everything. That's why being a cop is very, very hard because you have to take in all the information. You have to look at everything in a matter of of like half of a second or a second. Why? Because your life depends on it.
You gotta make a decision.
You gotta make a decision right there and then. That could affect your whole life. So being a cop is very, very hard, but it's also very, very rewarding, but also very, very judgmental. So it's like you gotta have thick skin to begin with, but you also have to, be happy with what you're doing. You actually you have to actually want to be a cop. You can't just be like, I want to be a cop just because I want to fight people. No, that's the wrong mentality to be in it.
Yeah.
I think you want to be a cop because you want to better your society. You want to better, a better life for your kids, for your family, for your neighbors, friends, whatever. Better city. And that's why I became a cop. But, unfortunately, circumstances didn't let me continue to become a cop. But, so yeah, I mean, being a cop is very, very hard, but very, very rewarding and very fun. Like, don't get me wrong. It's fun, right? Like, it's fun going, like, 70, 80 miles per hour in a normal street where you usually supposedly only go 30, but there you are, you're hauling butt just because, you're trying to get to a certain place. And it's not even just chasing. It's like there's a cop in trouble. You got to get there, you got to get there, and that's fun,
Yeah, how often could you just turn on the light?
Well, no, you got to have a reason to turn on the light. You can't just be like, because you can't just turn it on just because you want it. Because I think they check your recordings, because as soon as you turn it on, it starts recording 30 seconds before it. So it already recorded 30 seconds before from the moment that you turn it on.
So it's always recording.
So it's pretty much always recording. So you're liable for everything. Why did you turn it on? Yeah. You have to answer questions.
It's crazy because like 15 minutes you cross the border and it's completely the opposite. They always have it on just to
go places.
Just to go places, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, being a cop is very fun, very rewarding, but also very challenging. The academy is very challenging too.
What's the rewarding part? What do you find? What would be rewarding to you specifically?
To me, is having a good impact on someone's life. Like
that happens when you catch somebody, or
no, not when you catch someone. Well, I guess in a way, when you put in the effort, you put in the work to make someone's life better, that's rewarding to me. I know that person is gonna have a better life or is gonna be good because I did something about it.
I'm sure that is a very rewarding feeling.
It definitely ties into why you want to be a teacher.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to be a teacher, because if I want to, the whole purpose I think in my life is to help people. That's why I became a cop, and that's why I'm becoming a teacher. I used to be in the same field as my cousin Ernesto here, as computer science. And yeah, maybe there is a field where I could be a cybersecurity in computer science, but I didn't find that as much as rewarding as to be a teacher or as to be a cop or something. So that's why becoming a teacher to me is going to be very rewarding for me. And, having just an impact on anyone's life, it's a little kid's life, or, well, I say kid, but they're going to be like, 13 to 18 years old. But, having that impact on a kid's life, you never know how many I've had a teacher in elementary and middle school and in high school that I've had an impact in my life. At least one in each school. And I always remember them like, oh yeah, that teacher, really taught me well. I know this because of that teacher. Or it doesn't even have to be about education, just a life lesson. It's very.
I think hopefully everybody's had a teacher like that.
I think I've only had like one. Not gonna lie.
That's all it takes.
They've kind of like stuck with me. And that's pretty recent too. How about you? Yeah, it was in high school.
Yeah, I could say I had about two that I could think of for sure.
Also in high school, or it was pretty early on?
One high school, one elementary.
And you?
I have one in each. I had one in each.
Sure. And have you seen these teachers since, or is it just kind of like you remember them?
No, I remember them. And there is a part of me that wants to go and talk to them, and be like, hey, what's up? Like, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, it's kind of weird.
Not really. I feel like teachers appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like teachers really would really like that, right? Because again, teachers are also scrutinized.
Yeah.
And teachers, like you said, they want to work to
better someone's
life.
Well,
So if they got that message,
well, I
10
hope,
years
right?
later,
I hope, right?
yeah, not everyone's probably the
Because I'm pretty sure there's some teachers that are like, it's an easy profession. I'm just gonna BS my way through this profession.
same. Like you said, bad apples and everything.
Yeah, I was just like, I have days off in the summer paid. I have days, the 2 weeks vacation of Christmas and spring break, and they're paid. You know, some people look at that. I don't really care about much of that.
You've already done your research, though.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, come on, right?
Like it's paid.
I mean, you didn't know that?
I know it was paid.
Yeah, it's
I
paid.
knew it was paid vacation too.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you
During
gonna
the
do,
during the
right?
summer?
What? Yeah, during the summer,
That's nice.
and then you get paid extra if you do summer school.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know, it seems pretty cool though, being a coach as well.
Yeah,
I actually heard some coaches make more moolah than
For just
regular
coaching?
teachers. Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
heard-
I don't know if
I
that's
heard-
true.
I
or not.
heard.
And it was always
Maybe
it
not
was a high
here
school-
in El
There
Paso.
was always a high school rumor that our high school coach made a little more than regular teachers.
Another one.
No, well, maybe, but I know,
Rumor.
Gotta get
I
to the
know-
bottom- gotta
I
get to
know
the
there's-
bottom of this.
I know there's like, I'm pretty sure, especially in private schools,
Oh yeah.
or more in Texas, where football is very, very big. You know,
Yeah.
it's the big Texas football. You know,
Exactly.
they hired. Well, I don't know who it was. I think it's both. Phillip Rivers and Jason Witten are high school football coaches. You think they're gonna go there for a $40,000 salary? Heck no.
Exactly.
They're probably gonna go there for like a good $60,000-$80,000 salary, because they're like, hell, I deserve this. You know, I was in the NFL. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, I don't know. I can't say for sure or anything.
There's gonna be some well-trained kids though. Then
Phillip
NFL
Rivers has
coach?
a lot of experience with
Oh,
kids.
God.
How many does he have?
How many
10?
kids? Yeah, he has
9?
like 7 kids.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers. Yeah.
It's like 7.
Yeah. I mean, he's a big family man though.
How many kids do you guys want to have? Max.
An even number,
Max.
max 4, but no, max 4, minimum 2.
4 to 5.
4 to 5.
I say 5 maybe, because I don't know. I do want to adopt, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I'm at the 4th kid and be like, and I don't know how old I'm gonna be. I don't know where I'm gonna be in life. So 4 to 5.
I say at least for me 3.
3.
At least
3's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Or at least.
At least
Max?
three. Max. I don't want to have like a crazy amount either. Like 16. Yeah.
Damn, that's
Nah,
crazy
no,
for
no,
you.
no.
I was
No, max like 6, 7. Not gonna lie. I know that's a lot, but I do want to have a big family.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I wanna, but
It
Kids
just
are-
depends. It just depends where.
yeah, it depends on where you are in life. But I mean, kids, like, they're amazing, bro. They're amazing.
What age did you have your daughter?
21.
21, because that's still pretty young.
That's pretty young,
That's
yeah.
pretty young. And how was your experience as a?
It was amazing, bro. It was
Yeah,
amazing. Like
still going
it's
on.
still going
Yeah,
on, bro. It's
exactly.
amazing. Especially now, we're in the age where everything she does is cute,
It's not-
which sucks because you're also in the age where you're gonna have to teach her how life kind of works.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here are the, well, not life, but manners. You know, when to say please, and saying please doesn't guarantee you're gonna get it. You know, just manners in general, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, but everything she does is cute, and it's hard for me to be like mad at her because I'm over here smiling, laughing at her because I'm like,
And she knows that you're laughing.
She knows.
Yeah.
She gets all
She
cheaply.
knows.
But again, I don't know if this is because I have a daughter, and then when if and when I have my son, I'm gonna be harder on him, you know, because he's a male. It's not me being sexist or anything. It's just
I don't know. That sounded a little.
it's just
And we're just Hispanic.
no, it's
I
not
feel
even
like
that.
does have to do-
It's really big in our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, but it's not even that. It's just, you guys heard the saying, "Mama's boy, daddy's girl," right?
Yeah.
I've never understood that until I've had a kid, until I had a daughter, because, man, you protect the crap out of your daughter. Like, I mean, does your dad protect you as much as he protects
Ariana?
Ariana?
Nah.
Nah, I mean,
I do understand the whole mama's boy thing.
Yeah, exactly,
For sure.
I mean, I'm not, honestly, if you ask my mom, I'm not a mama's boy. Like, I probably call her once a week, which is bad, but
It's not bad.
I'm-
At least you're
I'm-
calling. You're calling, right? There's people who don't call.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like I know that my mom wishes I would call her probably every day, but I don't. And it's not that I don't care.
It's just that's not you.
That's not me. Like,
That's not you.
not even. And the only reason I talk to my dad is just because I work with him.
Yeah.
You know, but that's like, and it's not because I don't love my dad or anything, but it's just because, dude, I don't even call my sisters. You know, I'm just not a family person with my family. But I'm a very, very big family person with my wife and my daughter, you know. And it's not just because I live with them. And it's not because I love them more. It's just I don't know why. Yeah. It's just
I kind of feel you, because if you ask my family, I'm the same way. I don't text them. They're always spamming the group chat and they're always calling each other, and I don't answer, you know. I just kind of open the messages.
Just read.
And sometimes they call me and I'm like, well, you've been there.
I've been there. Yeah.
We'll be chilling, bro. And I'll get like 2 phone calls.
And you'll be like,
I'm like, come on. But it's like you said, it's not because I don't love them, because I do. I really do love them. But I'm just not like big on like always just texting each other or this and that, or just always being there. Like I'm more of I give myself my own space, you know?
Yeah.
So I do know what you mean.
Would you guys rather call or text?
Much rather call.
Text.
No, because texting, they could take forever.
Take forever.
Honestly, for me, it depends on the situation.
You know, wait, you guys suck at texting.
Honestly, I do.
It just depends.
Okay, I suck at texting too. Like, don't get me wrong, but you guys suck at texting. Like today, when I was like, "All right, you guys can come over," right? No response until some random voice message, and I'm all like, "What?"
Was it the first voice message you've ever gotten on WhatsApp?
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I know what they are. But I mean, like, I'm like, come on, like, just say be like, all right, cool, or something. But that's why I much rather call, because I could get to point A to point B, be done with it, and that's it. I don't gotta text you, I don't gotta call you, I don't gotta do anything anymore. That's
why I brought up the whole situation thing. If I have to give directions or say something, I'll call. But if we're gonna socialize, I'll text. I don't like calling. And there's always like moments of silence where you guys like.
Anyways,
so, I don't like that. I feel that feels real awkward to me. I hate that. With text, you can really avoid that.
I don't know. Because I do suck at texting. I take hours to answer. Just cause, and not because I don't want to. I'll just look at the messenger and be like, oh, I'll answer right now. Like, give me a second, and just put it off. But then at the same time, when they call me, it's like I gotta take time out of my day or whatever I'm doing, you know.
Yeah, but I'd much rather take those 2 minutes, those 3 minutes out of the day, maybe even 10. I don't even care. Yeah. And that's it. I don't got to talk to you anymore for the rest of the day. Like,
how it comes down to it. He just doesn't want to talk to you.
Do not want to
like,
talk to you for this.
It's not, maybe it's honestly, it's probably because of me. I'm not social. Like, I am not a social person.
And
I will not start a conversation.
You're a server.
I know. Well, I am a server, but if you look at my service, I do not talk to my customers. Like, all I do with my customers is give them great service. Nothing's ever missing, and it's fast. And that's it. And they leave me good tip because
that's all they came for.
That's all they came for, right? Yeah. Except for certain customers that come for because they want to talk to you. And I'm all like, I don't want to talk to you.
They rarely talk to me.
Dude, you're like the most social person here, bro.
You've definitely come down, but I remember when we first started, bro. I would pull you out of conversations.
Oh my god, bro. They would just start pouring their lives out to me. Like, but in a way, it's kind of worth it. I've gotten lucky. For example, I want to talk about Teddy, my boy Teddy.
Hey, Teddy.
It all happened because he just went and he was eating by himself, and he actually asked me about you. He was like, "Hey, do you know where Ernesto is?"
Yeah, because I had met him before you.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's probably Ernesto's uncle or something, right? And I was like, no, he's out of town, this and that. And he was like, oh, cool, this and that. And then he was like, man, honestly, I've just been struggling lately. I was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, like I need to move out by in 2 weeks. I got in a car crash, this and that. And I was like, all right, what can I get you to drink? You know,
You just kept on talking.
And yeah, he just kept on talking. And then
Teddy's real cool.
He is pretty cool. Like I said, it's all been worth it because he just started talking, and that's when he told me, he's like, hey, you know what? I do need help moving out. And I was like, I was like, okay, like it's cool if it's a job. I'm willing to take a job, you know. And he was like, "Do you know somebody that has a truck as well?" And I was like, "Oh, I know Ernie has a truck. Ernie can help us too.
I
Don't
was
worry."
out of town. Don't worry. Don't forget, I was out of town.
I was like, "I know Ernie can help us too. Don't worry, man." I was like, "We'll do things quicker with 2 trucks." And he was like, "All right." I was like, "I'll think about it, man. Like, just give me your number in case I do end up calling you, right?" So like 2 weeks pass, and he does end up calling us. We do end up going to his house and all that. But hey, he gave me a TV. He gave me a whole TV. And I'll have it in my room and everything. So I guess talking to customers and all that just kind of pays off.
No, it does. Like, it honestly does. Because my dad is always networking. My dad has a big network. Like, a very, very big network. Because he was a server for like 20 plus years of his life. And everywhere we go eat or everywhere we go to the store, oh, hey, what's up? You know, I'm all like, dude, he knows everyone everywhere. So... But if you ever need something, or if I ever needed something, I told my dad, he's like, oh, don't worry, I know a guy. And
I know a guy.
He's Barney Stinson.
He's Barney Stinson.
He has a guy.
Yeah,
like, get some guys.
He has a guy for a guy.
Yeah, there's a guy, get some guys.
But I mean, yeah, he has a big network. He's like, I know a guy. So yeah, I mean, it does pay off talking to people, but I don't know. I just can't do it. I am very closed off.
No, I feel like I'm able to talk to these customers. I'm very patient. So even if they're talking to me for hours and hours, I'm just kind of just standing there, just listening.
I mean, I'm patient too, but nah.
Just,
like
you rather not listen to them.
Yeah, rather like if they start talking, I'll be like, oh, okay, sorry, cool. You know, depending on what the conversation is, right? But yeah, like, yeah, I just no.
Your dad has had to save me 2 times where he called from his phone to the restaurant. Just I would go pick it up.
I think I did that to you. Who did I do it to? Did I do it to you? I did it to one of you guys.
It's probably me. Yeah, you probably
I'm telling
take
you,
me out.
He's always talking. Hey, but like you said, it's always good.
Because I got the parrot.
Oh, he got a free parrot. Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah, he told me. You got a parrot.
I got a
Hey, by the way, you want my turtle?
So, funny thing about that, once they found out it was a water turtle, they were like, I want one of those like desert turtles.
Oh,
so they ended up.
I thought you had desert turtles.
No, well, I had. My mom has my desert turtle.
Hey, does your mom want
No.
But
it's been in the family for 8 years now.
8 years.
8 years.
I remember when they were like when you first got them.
Yeah.
It was like the big news in the family.
Yeah, it's been in the family. No, not even. I think it's been like 10, bro.
Probably been
no, it's not 10. I wasn't 13. Was I 13? I don't know.
But I feel like turtles are boring pets.
I mean, bro, but
they're on that box for 8 years.
What?
That turtle has known that box, or like all he knows in life is that
box. What box? Well, it's a tank.
The tank. But still,
you know what I mean? Like if you think about it, like,
I put a little decoration there.
little fake coral.
Yeah, fake coral. I did like because I don't know if you guys know, you could buy like those tank backgrounds where it looks like the ocean in the background.
Oh.
So the turtle's probably like, oh, the ocean, and and just crashes into the glass, bro.
Disappointment every time. Cause my family from Houston also has a turtle, and it's just existing, bro. It's just there, you know. Like I feel bad for it sometimes. I just want to get out its misery.
No, bro. I don't.
My mom told me a story that she used to have a turtle. Why does everyone have turtles nowadays? My mom used to have a turtle when she was smaller. But my grandpa left the door open.
Yeah, and he ran away.
Yeah, and he ran up.
And they're quick.
Your mom probably told you about that story, huh?
Yeah. Turtles are quick, bro. If you let them run,
they'll leave, bro.
They're not quick, but they're sneaky.
They're sneaky. That's the word. Yeah.
They're just like they see an opportunity, bro, and then they go.
Let's do a giveaway, a turtle giveaway.
No, I'm probably gonna keep it, and I'm probably gonna put it like right here in the room.
Oh, okay. That way he won't be out alone.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, anyway, so I guess now we could probably move on to our next subject. We kind of got the introductions out of the way, which is birth orders. Ernesto, you want to kind of not start it off, but explain what birth order is? Because I know me and Manny had a little bit of different views to it.
We had a completely different conversation prepared.
So I wouldn't say it was completely different, but basically when we were coming up with topics, what I thought about birth order, what I thought would be cool is, well, I'm the oldest of my family, or my siblings. My cousin Jose is the middle child, and I know Manny's the youngest. So I would always thought, we'd have a little bit different views on things.
Different experiences.
Different experiences. Like, for example, me. where I'm the oldest, and whenever I asked to go out, or even when I was younger, when I was 13, 14, I would always really be given the freedom. I wasn't really questioned too much. I was able to go out. I feel like I would always lead my siblings. Like, I would always take care of them when my family was doing something, or even if I was with my family, I would still kind of have to supervise my I don't want to say kids, but it felt like my kids.
I do know what you mean. I do know exactly.
I felt like I always had to take care of them, and that's what I mean. Like, Jose, did you ever feel like you were taking care of Ariana, or like Manny? Did you ever feel like you had to listen to Andrea or Toya always?
Once we were older, once we were kind of like, once I turned 17, 18, maybe emotionally, I did kind of have to like be there for my sisters, but I never felt like, because I was always like the little sibling, you know. I never really had to like protect them or be the example or anything, you know. If anything, I would look after Andrea, you know. I would take Andrea as an example because she was the oldest one. But no, I never really felt like I had to be in that position where I had to be the guide or anything, you know.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Do you ever feel like Andrea had to take care of you guys? Because she was the oldest. That's what I'm saying.
Andrea, yeah.
And
a lot of times.
With Diana.
Yeah, my older sister, I remember I would have to, I would always like butt in and go to the movies with her and her friends.
I was that
like,
kid
take
too.
me.
Yeah. And I mean, I got older now. It's just like, that's not cool. But yeah, I mean, and I'm pretty sure that my older sister hated it. And I mean, I'm pretty sure now she's like, she could care less. It's just like, she probably like kind of grateful, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure at the time she hated it.
Yeah. She was like, this dude.
Because I never took my younger sister anywhere.
It's stuff like that.
But I remember my dad and my mom, why don't you take your sister anywhere? I mean, your older sister took you everywhere and everything, and I was just like, I don't want to. Like I want to take no kid. Like, but yeah, I mean, I guess in my experience, since I'm the middle child, it's a little bit different, you know. Like, yeah, I did look at my older sister as a little bit of an example, but I also had to, I guess, kind of protect my younger sister. So it was like, and I also had to respect my older sister. So I couldn't really say, like, I couldn't talk back to my older sister, and I couldn't talk back to my younger sister. So it was what is it called, like a double-headed sword or whatever, double-edged sword. Like, no matter what I did, I was gonna get stabbed. Like,
yeah. So you were oppressed.
But and the article that Ernesto sent us said that as a middle child, you learn how to be cooperative, you know how to compromise, and you know how to be I forgot what else it said.
Also, one that was rebellious. For a middle child, almost every website says rebellious.
And that's very different, you know. Like, I am not rebellious. Like, I don't do anything bad. Like, I don't even drink that much. Like, I'm 23 years old, and maybe I have like a beer once a week or once every 2 weeks, like 1 or 2 beers, you know, like that's it. I don't know, like, I'm very responsible. I take care of my responsibilities, and I'm not rebellious, but I am stubborn. So I don't think I'm cooperative or anything, but I do compromise. Like, you know, with my wife and everything, I do compromise. But then again, you kind of have to in a marriage. But like with other people, I don't really like to compromise. Like, I do. Depends, right? For like at work, I will always compromise. But like if I just know a stranger or something, like, oh hell no! Like, why do I have to compromise to you? Like, I'll help you out, but I will not. What do you call it? I guess like if it's gonna put me in a bad position with life, then I will not do it. So
sure. You gotta look after yourself first.
Yeah, and I'm not being selfish or anything. I'm just
It says for Manny, the youngest, it says that
perfect,
you guys are pretty
amazing, the best.
On this website, by parents.com.
By parents.com, my bad.
Also, it's like
so I could go and write stuff there.
No, it's a website. I'm just looking at it. Called Birth Order Affects Your Personality. It says that the youngest child is really manipulative.
It is. That's actually very true.
Like, actually, I would agree with that too.
Wait, well, who's your youngest? Yeah. Well, I mean, I know Renata's your youngest.
Like, cheaper, like,
but what about Yermo? What, like, in your situation, you have 4. So there's technically two middle childs.
And I think that's still
Like
how
the-
you're talking about the rebellious and kind of like not so much. I don't want to say attention, but more thrives on friendships than family ships. You know what I mean? Relationships. Like this website says, I think that applies to both Memo and Ariana. So I would say that they're like middles, and me and Renata like the elders. So Renata is, I guess, the youngest.
And is she manipulative?
She is, but well, I guess she's a baby. She crying gets her
Yeah.
everything. You know what I mean? But she knows what she's doing. That's what I mean by manipulate. Like she's conscious about it. She knows what she's doing.
I do know how to get my, like, if I want something, I guess I do know how to get it, you know, but I try not to, like.
No.
I think this goes with you. It says the youngest are very outgoing.
Oh, you think I'm outgoing?
Out of the three of you, I think you're probably the most.
Yeah,
outgoing.
No.
you are outgoing.
I don't
Out
like
of
my
the-
siblings.
Yeah.
No,
You
Andrea.
don't think so?
Andrea's like, bro, we call her the influencer of the family.
The
She's
influence.
she even has like a
A
shout
TikTok?
out to an Instagram page. Shout out to Andy's Life. I think that's what it's called.
Oh.
Well, she'll just post stuff about it, like her day to day. She'll just post like little vlogs and stuff. And she's always just had like a lot of friends everywhere. She's just very like, I guess, very open to friendships and all that. So she'll make friends everywhere she goes. So I do think Andrea is way more outgoing than I am. But then after that, it is me, because I can be a little more, like, I do like being by myself. I do like, you know, going on drives by myself. I'll lock myself in my own room for like good hours, you know.
Yeah.
But then I am outgoing at the same time.
Yeah. But that's very true with my younger sister.
She's very
She's
outgoing.
very outgoing. She's probably like the most outgoing out of the three of us. Like,
Yeah.
again, I'm very closed off, and so is my older sister is pretty closed off as well. And then but she has probably like more friends than we ever had in high school. Like,
She just knows everybody.
yeah, everyone knows her. But in a way, it's also because how she was raised. Like you guys know what a feeder pattern is, right?
It's like when you go to a specific school, you go to like
The next school
The
and then
next
the next
school,
school,
huh?
right?
Yeah.
From elementary to middle school to high school. It's a certain feeder pattern.
It's like Loma, you went to Julian or to like Clark.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you mean.
From
Like
there
it's
you
based
go
on
to
your
Americas.
area code, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
So she followed the feeder pattern all her from pre-K to 12th grade. So she was always in the same
Friend group.
and she was always in the same, I guess, feeder pattern, you know. And I think that has a lot to do with it, because I went from like Isleta ISD, and then I went to SISD, and then
You switched around.
I went from Vista del Sol, and then I went to a different feeder pattern, you know. So I
Yeah.
switched around. For her, it was like the same, you know, like throughout all her 12 years.
I had the same experience as her, just the same from pre-K to 5th. I went to Loma, then 6th to 8th, Julian, then America South High School.
And then I don't think you
Me?
did, right?
No, well, so I went to technically my elementary was the only one that was different. So I know I went to like pre-K and kindergarten 1, and then I went to like 1st to 3rd in a different one, and then 4th to 5th I went to Loma, and then from there it was straight all Jugan and all America.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, from me too. From 4th to 5th, I kind of. Well, actually, no, I didn't, because I was supposed to go to Mauad High School,
about
but I
to say,
went to America. So you see, like, in a way that I guess that kind of made me also a little popular, because I knew people in Americas and I knew people in Mauad.
You had like a lot of different friend groups. Everywhere.
Yeah. Like, I honestly did have different friend groups. Like, the one in Americas were like my band geeks and everything. But then also in Americas, I would have my soccer friends, my city league. And then over here in Mauad, I would have the people that I would play video games with. So, you know, like, I had different friend groups from different places. But I mean, that's beyond the point, right? This is
And you had a different personality for every different.
I did have a different personality from every.
That's crazy.
That's crazy how like that's how it works. Everybody has different friend groups, and you kind of act differently with each friend group.
Yeah, I mean, the way I act with you guys is not the same way I act with my wife. Well, I mean, in a way, like 80% of me is still the same way with my wife, but I can be going and there's certain things that I not that I say certain things. The way I say it is that I'm not gonna say it the same way to my wife.
Obviously, we'll play around a little bit more when it's just like your friends and stuff. You know, like you can say dumber things.
Yeah,
like
I can
Yeah.
say like dumb things, but not with my wife. Like, it's not that I can't, because I still do.
Yeah,
But she's like, just yeah, cállate.
I know. She's not gonna laugh. She's gonna be like, dude.
Yeah, he's like, this guy's annoying. Why did I marry him? But no, I mean, but going back to the birth order, yeah, my sister is very manipulative. She's very outgoing. She's very in the Mexican. I don't know how you say it in Spanish and Mexican. We have a term called chiple. I don't know how you say that in
She's
spoiled. No,
spoiled.
Yeah,
Spoiled.
I feel like spoiled is not the
I know what
right.
you mean, yeah.
It's not the right
Spoiled just
translation.
means kind of like you just give them so. But cheaper means like you kind of like you love them so much. that
You
just
baby
want-
them
yeah, you
everywhere.
baby them, like,
I feel like that would be the closest translation.
It's probably the
just
closest.
Yeah,
It's because there's not like a word to word translation. I guess what I'm trying to say. But chiple, yeah, she's very very chiple.
I think I'm a little cheap there.
middle child. Would you say you thrive more on friendships than you do like you? I think you already talked about this. Yeah, you're closer with friends than you are with your mom, your dad, your sibling.
Yeah, I think I'm
thrive
more
on
closer.
friendships.
I probably talk to you guys more than I talk to my sisters.
The oldest one is probably very family oriented, huh?
The oldest one, what says they're controlling, which I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, I do feel like I control my. But it feels like we're talking about siblings a lot. I control my siblings a lot when I have to, when they're misbehaving.
And you said it in the beginning that you feel like they were like your kids, right?
Yeah, especially maybe not Ariana so much because she's only 2 years younger, but I feel like I still kind of have to protect her a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Diana. We always make fun of my older sister Diana that she's like, oh, I'm her mom, you know, to my youngest sister, to Yesenia. They're like 10 years apart, but we would always be like, oh, the mom, the actual mom and everything. It was, you know, my older sister, but.
Exactly. So you see what I mean? You know what I mean? I guess no, that's also structured. I guess I wouldn't say I'm so structured. I'm not the most organized, but out of like I guess the siblings, I guess that's just because I'm oldest, but I have like my path. I guess I know what I want. I know what I want to do.
And just still figuring it out.
Well, everybody, just figuring out. But I guess, like I said, that just means because I'm older. I don't think that really has to do anything with birth order.
And do you like being the oldest?
I love being the oldest.
You do?
Like, I love being the oldest. Like I said, I've seen a little bit different. Just seeing how my parents treat me differently, or just different situations with my siblings. I love being the oldest. One thing that sucks though is chores. I don't know how you guys had it, but being the oldest, bro, I was always stuck with all the chores. Like all the outside chores.
Like, I would get stuck with the outside chores because I'm the only guy. Not because
I guess that's also a thing. True.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But you know what? Now, I remember when I was younger, I was like, I will never do my yard again. And so every time I have to do the yard, I call someone up. Hell no, I will not do the yard, bro. I hate yard work. Really? I much rather wash dishes, clean the laundry. Dude, I hate yard work.
I would rather wash dishes.
I freaking hate yard work. It's not that I'm not a man or anything. I just hate it.
You just gotta tell the right tools, bro. Honestly, bro.
Dude, I have that right tool. Like I had the weed cutter, I had the leaf blower, I had the ¿cómo se dice
the weed whacker?
The spatula or
the hoe. It's
the hoe. Yeah. Like I would have everything. I had gloves.
Man's was decked out.
And I still hated it. I was like, I hate being out here in the sun, sweating, when I could be in there in a nice cool watching a YouTube video while washing dishes. You know, like
when I was way younger, like when I first started getting chores, like 10, 11, I would do all the outside work late because I would just wake up late. Yeah. So like at 1 and I'd be burning. I could just be late. I'd be outside doing summer chores like at 1 p.m.
Same, bro. I'd get black as heck, bro.
Until I finally realized just wake up earlier.
But yeah, so to this day, like I have yet to do yard work since probably like a good like 8 years, 9 years.
You know what my mom does? She'll be like, "Oh, let's go outside real quick, right?" And then she'll look at the yard and be like, "I don't like the way these weeds look. Let's just for like 5 minutes. Let's just see how much we can take out." And then like those 5 minutes turn into like an hour of just yard
Every
work.
time she's like, "Let's go outside."
I'm like, I'm like, no. When we're gonna have like a party or something, she's like, the backyard looks a little dirty. We're like,
Every time there's some people coming over,
I don't know.
Dude,
the ceiling looks a little spotty and just.
Yeah, dude. Now that I live by myself. You guys still don't live by yourselves yet.
Soon.
Yeah, soon. Very, very soon. But you guys are soon gonna realize how much work it takes to take care of a house. Well, you guys are gonna be in an apartment, but so it's not that bad. But it's still bad. Yes, like, dude.
Especially if you like live in there, you know.
Yes, because I washed all of the clothes. 2 weeks ago when I was in quarantine, I washed all of my clothes, like not my clothes, like all of our clothes.
No.
Everything.
Like
Wow.
everything. I left like I think just my underwear, 2 socks, and the shirt and the shorts that I used that specific day to wash everything. And then now it's already full. Like I'm like, dude, it's only been like a week and it's already full. Like, dude, it's just
That's why you gotta use the same pants for a week.
dude, it's just it's so hard,
At least
bro.
twice.
At least
At
no.
least twice
I do use
before
my
you-
pants
At least twice
before
you wash.
And then dishes pile up on the quicks, bro. And we don't even cook that much, but they pile up so fast.
The cups, I imagine.
No, bro, the
No?
plates.
Just
Puro
the actual
desechable, bro.
Dude, that's why. Por eso ya voy a comprar desechable.
Puro desechable.
Dude,
Yeah.
I do use desechable, but or foam. My bad.
For the
For
out there
the
that don't
people
speak
who are English.
But no, dude, it does. For in my house, it's cups. There's always like thousands of cups in the sink.
It's always a McDonald's cups, too.
Dude.
Man.
Just wow.
And then
you guys wash those or reuse them or no?
No, I don't use any of
Nah,
that.
dude, we save them.
Why,
like,
bro?
Like the McDonald's ones?
Well,
We
why?
have a bunch of them just to reuse.
No, we just have some plastic cups right there. So.
Nah, we just honestly, well,
They're
we
all
don't
bent
really drink like anything in cups. That's why we don't have cups. Cause all we drink here,
You just have bottles. Everything's already.
like everything. We don't use our hands to.
Anti cups.
No, dude, we gotta save the turtles.
Gotta save the
We
turtles.
gotta save the turtles.
The 3 turtles at home.
No, but honestly, it's because we don't buy like liters or we don't buy tea or we don't buy,
I know what you mean.
like we buy. The only thing we drink here is water bottles and maybe some tea, and the tea's already in the bottle.
I know you said that you can't live without tea in your house.
I can't live without
The Lipton
lemon tea.
lemon tea.
I love it. My parents know every time they ask me, "What do you guys want from Walmart?" The tea. Like, yeah, an extra tea, because they know when I'm like, "Oh, we ran out of tea." I'll go to the garage to go get more tea, and there's no more tea. I'm pissed.
That's
You're pissed.
because I'm making the tea. You know, like, oh, let me just go get the rest, and there's none. I can't
There's
finish
no
the tea.
tea.
So
it's like
You
you're
know,
gonna
there
make
always
your
has to be
chata at
it.
work. There's no rice.
who was it last time?
Dude, I haven't made it.
I don't even know.
Anyways, but yeah, Lipton
So-
tea. I love Lipton lemon tea. Sponsor me.
Well,
Maybe that's
anyway,
the
back-
golden drink.
That's the golden drink. Like, if there's one drink besides water, I honestly have to take water over anything. But if
It's
besides
Lipton
water,
beer.
I will drink Lipton tea.
Lipton tea, yeah.
Beer.
Which
Nah,
one?
No, but well, going back to the birth order, being a middle child, I could care less. Honestly, I could care less if I'm a middle child or the youngest or anything. I don't wish that I was the oldest, or I don't regret being the middle, or I don't wish I was the youngest. You know, I could just care less. I don't know how you feel, man. Do
I
you
love
wish
being
you were the oldest, or
Nah.
you wish, or
You
you're
love
like,
being the
thank
youngest?
God I'm the youngest.
Honestly, thank God I'm the youngest. I feel like I had it pretty good, you know. The oldest one, Andrea, they were still kind of like learning how to be parents with her, so they weren't always like as fair. They wouldn't let her go out as much, so things were really different. And then like over time, you know, they got a little bit more lenient. So when they got to me, they were pretty chill. So they've always been chill with me ever since I was a little kid, and I'm the only guy, so I know that also just kind of tips things my way a lot, you know. So I've always just I've had it chill, you know, at the house. I've always been pretty chill with everybody. I do like being the youngest just because so many benefits, you know.
I feel
But
like there's probably more benefits being the youngest than there is
the rest,
being the oldest.
I don't know. And then it's cool because
Yeah, I think the
Right? Yeah.
youngest has probably the best out of all of them because they're like, "Nah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
like nothing happened to the oldest one.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, don't make it.
But I do like being the youngest. If I was the oldest, that's Nemo. But I do enjoy being the youngest. Well, I hope that I'm the youngest. I don't know if you know.
You're like,
I don't know if I got a little sibling out there, you know? But I do like being the youngest.
So that's very different. Like you love
I
being the
love being
oldest.
the oldest.
You love being the youngest. I care less.
Yeah,
I used
weird.
to be like, I hate it. But now I'm like, maybe because I moved out and got
When you were in
older
house- when you
and
were
I'm
in house, it
mature.
felt different.
But yeah, when I was like living with all 4 or 5 of us, I was like,
Because you
I
can
hate
feel
it.
it.
I hate it. I was like, I hate it. But now it's like, okay, I could care less. Because honestly, I'm probably more advanced in my life than my older sister. I mean, when it comes to marriage and kids and all that stuff, because I've been married, my sister hasn't been married. She's working on that. She's already engaged.
I saw the proposal happen.
Congratulations.
She's also pregnant No, I'm 22 weeks pregnant. So, but I already have a kid, So, well, I'm a little bit more advanced in that. And so I guess the older you get, the more you care less about. Because I don't know, maybe when you guys, well, I don't know how much you care still that you're the youngest.
I was actually gonna say that because it's not like that big of a thing anymore. Because we were already kind of old, My oldest sister's 23, about to be 24. The other one is 21. So we're all kind of just doing our own thing now.
Yeah, when you start doing your own thing, it's like you could care less.
How's that feel? Like, okay, you saw your sister move out. Like, how's that feel being the youngest? Like, you moved out, you know what I mean? Oh, you saw Yana move out first?
Yeah, that's true. But I could care less. I was honestly, I was like, thank God.
It kind of sucked, but then at the same time, since I could be a little more distant with my family compared to everybody else, it wasn't that bad. I was just like, oh, it's cool. Like, I have another house I can go visit, another, place I can go stay over at, So it wasn't really that bad, just because I can still go visit her, It's not like she died or something.
Yeah, that's, the thing about my sister, she moved to San Antonio when she first moved out of the house. So that was really cool to me. Not because I was like, thank God she's out of the house. Like, no. I was like, that's cool. If I ever want to go to San Antonio, I know where to crash. Yeah. Like,
that's true. That is true.
And one of the times that it did happen, dude, I would think I was like 16 or 15 years old. And she just bought, I don't remember how old I was. Yeah, I was probably like 15, bro. Like, she just bought me a bus ticket from here to San Antonio. I just went by myself, bro.
How long was the bus ride?
I'm about to say,
like 10 hours.
Hey. Overnight?
I can't remember. No, it was in the morning. Or honestly, I can't remember. But yeah, I was just by myself. Dude, I was a 15-year-old by myself.
Bro, one time they sent me from Juarez to Chihuahua on a bus also. But I was like 12, 13, bro. And I remember I was
bad parents, bro.
there.
We've had bad parents.
My dad was just like, hey, just text me if something happens. Like, yeah.
Dude, that's what they tell me.
Over there, like, what?
Just spawn
there. They're like, me hablas si algo te pasa, si necesitas algo. I was like, okay, but what are you going to do? Like, oh, hey.
Mom, I got shot. Please come do something.
Give me 3 hours, I'll be right there.
Like, what's going to happen? It's not like they could do anything.
I remember when I broke my nose, I walked in my house because at first I didn't realize I broke it. So I walked into my house and I was just bleeding. I want to clean it up.
You broke your nose?
Yeah, Jesus broke it actually playing basketball.
Dude, how does it feel to break your nose?
It didn't hurt. No, that's the weird part. So when he headbutted me, because it was an accident. Oh, I hope it was an accident, right? He headbutted me and I just felt warm. Like my whole face just kind of went warm. It didn't hurt. But then I went to my house and once it kind of cooled down, it kind of started throbbing. And I noticed my nose was like crooked, bro. I was like this. And then my mom was like, oh my God. She's like, we gotta go to the hospital. She's like, but let me shower real quick. Let me just shower. I was like,
she needs to get ready, bro.
Dude, I kind of did the same thing to my wife when she was in labor.
Bro.
Dude, like, well, it's because throughout the whole day, she was just like, kind of hurts. But we were like, nah, it's those Braxton hips contractions.
Yes.
Like they're just, you just get random contractions. So I was just like, are you okay? I was just like, if you need anything, just let me know. Then I came over here to play video games. She was over there watching TV. Like, she's like, it still kind of hurts. And then she tells me, like, I finished playing video games like around 11 or 11:30 that night. And then I was just like,
finished. I know, like, that's once I decided to get up.
Once I was done with my day. Then I cared about her birth.
No, like, it's because I told her, I was like, if you need anything, just let me know. Just come to my room. I don't care.
Make sure you knock first.
Like, I don't care. Just come. I tell her that every time. I was like, just come. Like, I don't care. And then, so I went and she's like, I think I kind of want to go to the hospital. Like, it's not going away. And you know how girls are, that they like keep track of everything. Yeah. And they're like, oh, it's because this and this happened at this time. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a really quick shower and then we can go. And
she was probably pissed.
No, bro, she could care less.
Really?
And then, dude, even on the way to the hospital, it's like, we need gas. Dude, but it honestly, it's kind of a good thing that all that happened because she was still in labor for, I think, almost a good 24 hours.
Oh my God.
So like it's kind of a good thing.
So it was a natural birth.
Natural.
It wasn't induced. That's what I mean. But she still had to have a C-section.
Oh. Okay.
But it was because, I don't know if you guys know that nowadays, some of the times it's induced.
Yeah. And I was about to say, because I know it's...
They make the baby come out.
And it's mainly induced almost like every single time.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. But
every time I hear about somebody giving birth, it's like, oh yeah, they had to induce it. They induced it, and they'll tell you like, oh, this specific day we're gonna induce.
yeah,
You know?
I mean, we had that plan already, but it just happened earlier. But
you're like, let me shower real quick.
yeah, but
I know, and that's the worst part is, for example, back to the nose story. When she showered, she was like, all right, let's go to Juarez. I was like, bro. So we still had to cross the border. No, we still had to cross the border.
You have to walk or like you?
No, we went in the car, and we waited for like another hour and a half in the waiting room for the doctor to get to me, and then like another hour of like scans. And then by the time he got to me, he was like, "Oh yeah, you're just gonna have to get surgery if you want to fix your nose." And I was like,
"Did you ever fix your nose?" So
no.
you don't have you need a nose job?
Yeah, but
I can even tell, bro.
I could tell.
Yeah, it's crooked. If you see it from the front.
Yeah, if you could see it from the front, you could.
You can see it from the back. But anyways, yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna fix it. Not gonna lie, I'm too scared.
Honestly, you could barely tell, but you could like hardly. You have to like,
but it does,
you have to like stare at it. You know, like
No, but it does kind of affect my breathing sometimes, especially when my allergies are like really bad. Like my nose is already kind of like clogged.
Yeah, I mean, you should get the nose job just because I know my mother-in-law, she had to get a nose job because of specifically that, because she broke her. I don't know if she broke her nose or anything, but she it was clogged and everything, and it was.
I gotta start a GoFundMe.
Causing
Everybody,
GoFundMe for
please
Manny's
donate to
nose.
my GoFundMe. Just my nose job.
I actually had a GoFundMe. But it was like a joke. I don't know if any of my friends remember it from like freshman year. It was just this picture. It was this picture I took like back when I was like 15. I mean, it was like I was in Juarez in a party. It was legit Mexican theme. Like it was in Juarez and everything. And I had like a poster. And I had a hat. It was like a Mexican picture, bro. I'm being real. And my friend Gavin, he posted it on GoFundMe. Please send Ernesto money to go see his family again. Blah, 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 blah. Like, we never got money because but I remember having a GoFundMe.
I remember you told me it has nothing to do with like a GoFundMe, but like the graduation where moms would send you stuff for graduation. That they
because you know how graduation, when me and Manny graduated in 2020, the whole COVID thing happened.
Yeah.
So we didn't have an actual graduation, and a bunch of Facebook moms like, I guess, felt bad for the kids.
Felt bad.
Yeah, but a bunch of Facebook moms felt really bad for the graduating kids. So they made this community. And they basically gave baskets to each other, like each other's kids, of like just graduation baskets, and they got like a bunch of cool Packer stuff.
You did?
That's pretty cool. Like, it was worth it. Like, I didn't know this woman.
My mom,
like, I never knew this woman. I called her and I said thank you. Blah, blah, blah.
That's weird.
That's pretty dope though. Like that's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
my mom gave a gift to like another kid.
I mean, it's good, you know, because it's you guys did get deprived of that.
Honestly,
My mom never signed me up for the.
I told you about it.
I never
Your mom's like, nah, no se merece nasty.
All
right, well, we should probably move on to the last subject that we have here, which is some conspiracy theories that, you know, we have. Like, Manny's nose, is it actually broken?
Is it actually broken? Or is he just trying to get free money?
I was trying to say Safo.
No, but
I'm trying to get money.
We all have one specific conspiracy theory that we want to talk about. We won't spend too long on this, or, you know, depending on how we go, but I don't know. Who wants to go first?
I think you should go first.
I'll go. I don't mind. So, my conspiracy theory actually kind of even relates to now. Like, this all happened since 1998 in the World Cup final, France against Brazil, FIFA World Cup final, soccer. If I remember right, it was. Well, actually, I don't remember because I was born that year. But Ronaldo, you guys know who Ronaldo is, right? The Brazilian.
Yeah.
Not Ronaldinho. Ronaldo.
CR7.
Yeah, not CR7. Not Cristiano Ronaldo. It's just Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Actually, have you noticed he's my Steam profile picture?
Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Is he?
When he's
Oh my god. Well, anyway, this guy, I forget exactly what he had. I don't know if he had seizures or
I know he had a lot of knee problems.
No, but something happened that specific day or the day before.
He had knee injury.
He had a knee injury.
Yeah, knee injury, and worse, he suffered a seizure.
Yeah, he had a seizure. Yeah, I remember that. He suffered a seizure, and that's been proven. That's there. That's that's he actually did stuff for that. But the whole conspiracy happens because 72 minutes prior to the match, or he still wasn't registered to play in the match because most likely the club owner, not the club, the Brazilian team,
selección, I don't know how to say
yeah,
it.
the international squad was gonna bench him because they didn't want to risk it. He had a freaking seizure. But Nike was sponsoring.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Well, I know Nike was sponsoring not Ronaldo. The Brazilian team, and supposedly the conspiracy theory says that they pressured them to play Ronaldo, so that's why 72 minutes before the match, that's when they finally registered him and actually decided to play. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I know there's videos where you can see him playing. He's not playing at 100%, like at all.
He definitely underperformed.
He underperformed like a lot, and they lost that. The France ended up winning, 3-0, and so the conspiracy theory is like, oh, they actually pressured him, and and I wanted to relate that into nowadays,
because it just happened recently, huh?
It didn't happen recently, but I have theories that stuff does happen. Like, I forgot the Green Bay Packers. They were playing. Who are you guys playing?
I think it was the Chicago Bears.
I think it was the Bears.
Yeah.
And Devontae Adams got knocked out. Like it looked okay. It looked like he got knocked out. Like he went memes. Like
they folded him.
Yeah, and they say, right, like the NFL has a concussion protocol, and you have to go into the concussion protocol to go back into the game. You have to clear it. And from what I saw, it looked like he got knocked out cold, and he went memes.
And we were losing in the third quarter.
And they were losing, and then
there was little time.
There was little time, and so they took him back, and they evaluated him, and then he came back. I'm all like he came back in the spam of too quick. Like it just seemed to me, I'm like, no way he's back. Like
after that type of hit, exactly.
Like I was just like, no way he's back. They must have like I don't know what I don't know what they gave him, or I don't know if it was his decision to come back. I don't know if they even cleared the concussion protocol. I don't even know if he had a concussion. I don't know anything. This is just my theory. This is my and I'm just thinking, how often does that happen here in sports? I'm pretty sure it happens often.
They're forced to play.
They're forced to play. I mean, what even happened with Antonio Brown, right?
Antonio Brown gets the Bucks. No, with the Bucks.
So. Yeah, Antonio Brown with the Bucks. Bruce Arians, kind of forced him to play. There's text messages, right?
Yeah, Antonio Brown tells him, I think 3 or 4 days before, he doesn't feel 100%.
Yeah, like, I don't want to play and everything. Bruce Arians was like, if you don't play, you're not part of the team, right? Or something like that. And then I think he did get fined, right, Bruce Arians?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he got fined.
What's a little fine going to do,
Yeah, at least it...
That's crazy, because it was a big deal at the moment. But now it's just like, oh, here's your fine. And everybody forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But, so I guess the conspiracy theory is like, is there a lot of pressure on coaches and... players? Sponsors and everything to make players play?
It's too much of a business.
Yeah, I think because that's exactly what I was going to say. Because sports aren't even about the sport anymore. It's about the business behind the sport. And it even happens with Barcelona. Like, most of the players are injured and they get rushed into playing again just because, they want those, like, the shirts to sell. They want those players to get their name out there. And then they get injured that same game. And that's like another 3-4 months injured, and then same thing, they just rush them back into action and they get injured. But it's definitely, I do think it's these companies, that they need to get their players out there. They need to get a certain amount of revenue. So they're like, we don't care if we ruin this player's career.
Yeah.
Going back to that Ronaldo conspiracy, it says here that Nike had a clause in the contract with Brazil.
Yeah, he had a clause.
He had to play.
If there's a clause.
If he's legible to ruled fit, he has to play. So, like you said, it's all business on the contract.
Like, we don't know, right? Like, I don't know if there's actual clause.
I feel like because
I know there's a lot of clauses, right? Yeah. Like now, because I think that happened this year with Dallas Cowboys. You could see that Ezekiel Elliott was limping in the field. He was hurting. He was not running at 110%. He was not running even at an 80%. You could see it, but they kept playing him and playing him and playing him, even though they had a really good backup. And they kept playing him and playing him. And, you know, a lot of people now started theorizing that, like, nah, well, it's because they probably have some sort of clause in their contract or something. And like this one, if he's prone, fit to play, he has to play. So I don't know how. And at the end of the year, you see a lot of these players come, oh, I had this injury. Like in football. Exactly. Yeah, like after the season ends, you see a lot of people, oh, I'm going to have this surgery because I was playing with this. I'm going to have this surgery. There's a bunch of like that. And I wonder, is it because clauses? Is it because, do they actually want to play? Or I don't know, you know, like.
I don't think because, like you said, there's messages that have been leaked of the players asking the coach for extra time off, you know. So I definitely do think
it can go both ways. I mean, maybe like Antonio Brown, he's already rich. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't want to play. But there could be other players who they just started their NFL career.
Yeah,
and they need the money because of that game.
Like the NFL career, on average is only 2 to 3 years.
That's nothing. An NFL career on average is only 2 to 3 years.
Yes,
that's nothing. But then how much do you make on those 2
Well, it depends, right? Like, are you a starter? Were you a first round, third round, 7th round pick? Were you an undrafted free agent? It all depends.
Is there a minimum?
It's more than the least, dude. The undrafted signs are make 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you get drafted, you're already gonna get like at least 1 million.
Yeah, if you get drafted, 1 million just
because. Well, did you know that Dak Prescott in his 4 years, you know, he got drafted in the 4th round, right? In his 4 years of his rookie contract, he only made like 2.2 million.
With all 4 years?
With all 4 years, bro, combined.
And now he makes more than like way more.
Yeah, now he makes like 40 million a year.
Yeah, in the game it makes it.
But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it just depends on where you land on the spectrum because first round picks, they make like, if you're a first round pick, a quarterback, you're gonna make like 20 million a year. Not 20 million a year. Like on your whole salary is 20 million for 4 years.
There's so much money in sports.
Yeah,
crazy.
And now they want to pay. Now they want to pay college athletes.
Do they want to pay them? I think they just care about the sponsors, right? Like,
but yeah, but I mean, either way, it's like,
yeah, well, yeah, but there's a lot of money. So yeah, like
incentives and
so my conclusion to this theory, this conspiracy theory, is like, well, I think there's a good chance that they are getting pushed to play. They're getting pushed to, play when they're injured, when they don't want to play. But there's also, I'm also not telling you that there's certain players that, I want to play even if I'm injured. I'm pretty sure there's a good amount of players like that too. But the other ones, they're just not spoken. They're not spoken to the public. They're not spoken to anything. Only the players, the owners, and the sponsors know that, oh, you're going to play.
It's really going down. So I know, for example, one of the players that they wanted to play even though they were injured was Umtiti.
Umtiti?
Yeah, for the 2018 World Cup. So basically, the backstory was that before the World Cup started, he already had an injury, but it was basically his only chance, at a World Cup glory. So he decided to take the risk of playing the whole World Cup with, I think it was a knee injury. So, they won the World Cup, this and that. And that's when he was like, I'm going to get my surgery. No, that was the thing. He was either get surgery before the World Cup, but miss out on the World Cup and be good. Or play the World Cup, but just mess up his knee. And just kind of like, Nemo. So he took the risk. He was like, you know what? I'm going to play the World Cup. He won it. And now he's not even like, now he hasn't even played in months.
Yeah.
So I know his case was like he wanted to play. He wanted to take that risk of worsening.
Probably would have taken that risk too.
It's because it's the World Cup. I mean,
it's the World Cup. That's everyone's dream, right? Kid's dream.
Would you rather win the World Cup or the Champions League?
World Cup.
World Cup.
I would much rather win the World Cup.
With what team though? Mexico or United States?
I remember I was always asked this when I was growing up because I could choose because I was born in the United States, but my parents were born in Mexico, or from Mexico. And I would always say Mexico. And I
yeah.
think I'd still say Mexico. But nowadays, I don't know why USA is too good.
And it's not just USA; it's also Canada.
Yeah,
I
Canada.
was actually reading into
But
that.
I think it's just because now le ponen más empeño. Like they're the United States is actually like, you know, trying to make that team good, and Mexico isn't. Like Mexico is still stuck in the same dead end.
Se confiaron.
Yeah,
I feel like they're comfortable. You know, they're too comfortable. And with United States and Canada, and even like rooting back to like the youth academies, they've invested a lot of money into all these academies, into opening up schools, this and that.
yeah. Like here in the United States, and so it was very you could tell the difference right away from the United States to Mexico, because in Mexico you don't see all these youth academies, and I don't know if it has to do with money. I don't know if it has to do because Mexico. I know it's not. I don't know if it's considered a third world country or not. I honestly don't know.
I think it is.
I think it is considered a third world.
And I don't know if that's because it is. I don't know. That's because I don't know. That's the reason you don't see all these youth academies and stuff like that. But I don't know.
I think it does tie into that because, I mean, I do go to Juarez. Not that much, but I think I do go pretty often. And it does change a lot of things. You know, even in El Paso, we have a lot of academies. And in Juarez, I've seen, like, the best academies I've seen, they're not even, like...
You've seen academies in Juarez?
I mean,
Or you've heard about them?
I've heard about academies. But, like I said, they're not, like... For example, I know Bravos. The
FC
FC Bravos,
okay.
they have an academy. And I had a cousin who was going to have trials.
We're talking about... I thought we were talking about other academies.
What type of academy?
I really thought we were talking about police academy. I came in back in the room. And...
No, yeah. But, no, yeah, it's because we were talking about how we've seen that United States and Canada, they've been improving a lot when it comes to soccer. While Mexico, they've been kind of falling back.
I was talking to our coworker about that, Vicente, about that recently. Honestly, I've been watching the soccer games because, you know, you have too, no? The World Cup qualifications.
I haven't been watching them, but I do get the notifications.
I've actually watched them.
You've been watching them?
Yeah. Like I was telling Vicente, there's no point in going if we're gonna keep on playing like this. Like, yeah, we'll make it. Right now, I think we're projected. I think there's like one game left, and we're projected make it to the World Cup. But honestly, like I just said, right, we're not. I'm not gonna be like. What year was it where we lost the Netherlands?
Que no era penal. That was like the 2014 World Cup.
Like that year, I was legitimately hyped. Maybe we could have actually done something.
I remember seeing that game too. My mom made menudo.
I was watching the game with him.
Is that with Jose?
We were at not Escalera. I forgot what it's called. It was like this. Ball Maria. We were at Ball Maria. I remember.
Oh, there's like fish in the pool.
Yeah. Have you been there?
Only once. And I remember I went with my family. It was a long time ago. And it was pretty cool because I was like,
I don't know if I liked it.
Because of
the fish, yeah.
Why?
Because they were kind of weird. I don't know. I was swimming with fish.
That's
like,
the cool part.
That's I guess to some people it might be cool. To me, it was kind of like,
I was like, yeah.
I was swimming with the poor fish. I should be on the. I shouldn't be swimming with these fish. Nah, I'm just kidding. It felt weird because you would just be swimming, and sometimes they'd be going around you, touching you.
They go into any weird spots.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you don't like the ocean.
I like the ocean. I remember one time I touched a squid.
You touched a
squid? Like a little baby squid by accident.
It was a jellyfish.
No, it was a squid. Like it was a little baby squid in the sand, but it was gross. It was gross. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting a little bit sidetracked here, but all right. So, what about you, Ernesto? What's your conspiracy theory?
Going back to those conspiracies, mine is a really big. I think everybody should know mine. I really think the first moon landing was fake.
You really think?
Just the first?
Okay. Yes, I'm not saying that we've never been to the moon or blah blah blah. I specifically think the first moon landing that everybody saw live on TV was fake. Now, a lot of people say like, oh well, there's no way they can fake it. That means like 1,000 employees had to be in on it, right? But no, like, you know, the simulations they were running, they ran 1,000 simulations, like just in case they thought of every little aspect that could happen in space. So they ran 1,000 simulations, 1,000 correct, 1,000 failed simulations. All NASA had to do to trick those 1,000 employees was play one of those real simulations that actually worked. And then the only people had to really be in on the whole fake.
Like the main ones.
Yeah, it was the people in the shuttle and like the main people. So that's one of the reasons.
What, Neil Armstrong didn't didn't. So
yeah, like he had to be in it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they could have gone to space. They could have the space ship had to launch, but there's no camera actually recording like the spaceship. We had to take NASA's word. Oh, we're here in the moon right now.
And that's true because most of the things that not just the first moon landing, but most of the things just because they told us.
Yeah, we had to take the word.
Take the word for
exactly.
But I mean, okay. My question is, if you're already in space, why not just?
It's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult.
Oh, so you think because
we couldn't? Oh yeah.
You think it's because we couldn't?
We couldn't. And we went to the moon.
And you think it's to beat Russia, right, or something?
Yeah. So we went to the moon in 1969, right? But in 1965, 4 years before, we were barely able to get into space. You tell me in 4 years, we went from going into space and using Earth's gravity to like pull us back down, to in 4 years building a spaceship that can land, collect a bunch of rocks, a bunch more mass, and then come back.
I don't know. 4 years is a lot of time,
dude, a lot can happen though. I mean, I'm not saying that
can happen, but at the same time, it's space. You know, it's not just a simple thing that we can understand. You know, it's like something pretty complex.
But
you know,
who knows, right? I mean, look at it as in a computer science perspective. One little bug, one little number, changes your whole program.
Exactly.
You know, like what if that's all they were dealing with? That they couldn't push through. You know, we don't know, right?
Yeah, that's true. We don't know.
But what if it was just that one little number that they're like, why can't we pass through this? We have everything else figured out. We just don't have that one little.
That might be wrong. A motive, like I said, like you were saying about the Russians. That's the motive why they wanted to fake it. The Russians were already beating them in a space race. They needed to.
Honestly,
to win.
It was a big turning point too.
But why?
It's
why? But why? Why is it that it's such a? Why is it a race to go to space?
It's because we wanted to show.
It was right after the Cold War, no?
Yeah, it was.
It was the Cold War, like the whole space race.
Yeah, the whole space. Well, I mean, it's not just that. It was also like nuclear stuff.
No, but it's part of the.
Yeah.
And because we wanted to show superiority, you know, it's a.
Yeah.
It's a very prideful country. You know, we want to be the best at everything. Like
it was just basically a race. Whoever gets there first is the most advanced.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. To me, I'm like. Well, who cares? Like,
I mean, think about it now. Do you think the U.S. is stronger than Russia?
Nah, United States. Nah.
Yes, we're still stronger than Russia. We're not stronger than China, but we're stronger than Russia.
Well, yeah,
but in what aspect stronger? Where?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess you got to depend. But I mean, as a nation, like army and everything, yeah, we're stronger. We're probably even stronger than China. Yeah. Like, we're probably the number one strongest army.
Military.
Now, what if we had lost this? What if Russia had gone to space, the moon before us?
Like, I don't think that would have changed anything.
I think it would have, low key.
What would have changed?
Just a bunch of like ego.
If you're saying, if Manny's saying like, oh, we're very prideful and everything, you think we would have just been like, they won, or let's just sit back and
I'm not saying that, but Russia been all right. We won. Let's go. Keep full steam ahead. Keep on going.
It was a very big turning point because after that,
again, I'm not that big of a history guy, but
you want to know who some of the main believers of this theory are? Russians.
Yeah,
because the ones who have looked into this the most, and it doesn't make sense. There's no way they did this.
At the same time, it's like they're the biggest supporters because it's like we beat them, you know, that one time.
Let me also explain some more theories as to why I believe it. So another reason is if you look at like pictures that NASA took of us being at the moon. I don't know if you guys have seen like there's footprints on the moon, but there's like the footprints. I'll show you guys pictures right now. They're like shoes that have like lines on them, but the shoes that like the astronauts were wearing were flat. Different. Not flat, but a little bit different. Like they had different markings than the ones that were already on the moon. So how does that happen, right? Like how do you have different markings on the moon if you're the first people on the moon? This isn't a stage.
I have seen that.
This isn't a stage, right? If there was a stage, I would understand. Also, how I would understand if there's markings on props. There's two rocks that have numbers on them, or at least looks like has numbers on them on pictures, as if they were props. Number 3, and no, there's 2 more. Number 3, there's shadows coming from different angles. Like the flag has like 3 different shadows, but there's only one sun in space. There's only one sun. There should only be one shadow.
Solar system,
right? Not like if it was like in a set with lights.
Were all those pictures like verified to be like authentic?
I didn't go on NASA.com. I just honestly I don't know, but low-key,
I've seen all those pictures. Right? Like I've seen all those pictures, but I've never really known if they're like.
I think they're legit though.
Legit pictures.
I hope. And then the last one, the flag is waving. There's no wind in space. There's no wind.
Oh
in
yeah,
space.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, we will never know, right? The only people who would ever know are probably like dead or about to die.
Like, talking about people who have been dead because they know. There's a movie called Operation Avalanche that actually talks about the fake moon landing, blah blah blah. There was this one guy who was supposed to go to the moon with Neo, and then but he died before because he was saying there's no way the spaceship's gonna make it to the moon, blah blah blah. He was really against going, and he ended up dying in the fake mission or whatever, in the simulation. In the simulation, he ended up dying. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to go because he didn't believe it was gonna work, blah blah blah, and he died.
Well, again, the only people who would know is it. But so don't. I want to hear your guys' comments, like the audience comments, down in the comments, if you guys think this is actually,
Send us a message on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm a very, very unbiased guy. Like, I could put my differences aside.
Yeah.
Like, if you believe that, like, Ernesto, you believe that it was fake, I'm like, by all means, I mean, you believe.
I believe it's fake.
I mean, I personally don't believe it's fake, but I mean, again, I also don't. I'm like, you know what? You're wrong. Yeah, that's it. And we should all be doing this in good fun, for people who are listening. Don't be like, please don't be mean.
Like this dude Ernesto doesn't know his.
Like,
exactly. That is true.
This is all in good fun. Like, don't this is just our opinions. Everyone has different opinions. Just because we have different opinions doesn't mean we can't get along. It's just that simple. I
am pretty undecided though when it comes to the first moon landing.
You're undecided. What are you leaning towards though?
I'm straight in the center. I don't know. Like I said, for 4 years, you said that from 65 to 69. It's like it's not that much, but if you think about it, how fast has technology advanced? Like even in the past 2 years.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but it was really like whoa.
Yeah.
Like oh shit.
I do know what you mean. But at the same time, I'm like, it's something way too hard to kind of like fake,
That's what I think too. But I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know if it's fake or not. This
was like in the 1960s, and all you're doing is live streaming something.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do. That's the proof we have. Live streaming photos. Or can you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Very last point. In the movie Operation Avalanche, it talks about. NASA that year hired 13 media production college students.
I have heard about that.
Why does NASA need media production college students?
But but is that where is this movie getting the information from?
This is like a legit.
At the same time, what were those 13 students used for?
What?
Like what? Like projects were they used for? What?
You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Because again, when I'm very, very skeptical when people say, "Oh, but in the movie," I'm like, "Bruh, movie, it's Hollywood. Movie are Hollywoods. Don't believe everything you see in a movie. Not even if they say a documentary, like they can still doctor that stuff.
And not just that, even like the news.
Even news.
Yeah, the news.
They're gonna tell us what they want to tell us.
Yeah, that's another thing. When I was a cop, I saw a lot more stuff than the news actually said. And not because the news doesn't want to say it. It's just
a lot of people don't know how to take news.
No, it's not even just that. No, it's just there's just a lot of stuff that happens that news can't cover it.
What's something that if legally you can tell us?
No, yeah, I mean,
we don't want you to disappear, right?
No, like the news wasn't there for when I was going 60 miles per hour chasing these guys that didn't want to stop, and then they went into a ditch and stopped, and all three of them ran out of their cars, and we chased them, and then we even had a helicopter looking for them. The news never reported that, but that happened. Like
I mean, I feel like it sucks, but those are things that kind of happen like day to day.
Not really.
It doesn't happen.
Not really. I mean, chases, car chases, nah.
Oh, really?
Car chases don't happen day to day.
I don't mean like specifically just in El Paso. Like for example, like police chasing or like somebody like tracking down a guy running after him and all that. I feel like that's just kind of like
yeah, that happens all the time. Running after someone happens all the time. But in the car chase, getting down and a helicopter in surveillance that doesn't happen all the time. But that happened to me.
Like
And do you guys
normal?
do the cops like inform news? Or how do the news always know?
No, no, we don't.
No, it doesn't.
No.
The news have like their sources in. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, how did they just like?
No,
they're
they-
always there, bro.
Have you seen the movie Nightcrawler?
I was about to, oh, dude, I was literally about to tell you
Which
that.
movie?
Nightcrawler.
You
Never
gotta
seen
watch
it.
it. Bro.
It comes with
Gotta watch
stars Jake Gyllenhaal, bro. You know who Jake Gyllenhaal? Have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home?
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Oh yes, I know who. Yeah, I know Mysterio. Yeah.
Mysterio. Yeah, him, bro. He's such a good actor. I think
He
he
really
was
is.
nominated for an Oscar because of that.
He also
But
came out in the movie Prisoner, right?
dude,
Oh,
Prisoner with
that's
Hugh
a-
Jackman. Ah, dude, I love it. I love that
That's a good
movie.
That's a good movie.
That should be a topic next week. Some of the movies.
Movies. Okay.
But I gotta watch. I haven't seen a lot of movies.
He's also in the movie Zodiac. I don't know if you guys.
So,
have seen
dude, Zodiac.
Okay,
such a good
I haven't.
Dude, with Robert Downey Jr.
That's
and
such a good movie.
that's
bro.
such a good movie.
Is it?
Yeah,
Netflix, you should
it
watch it.
used to be on Netflix.
It's
I don't know
not
if it still
anymore,
is.
no.
I know they took it away.
Yeah.
They've
It
been
was-
taking out movies and raising the price. Come on.
Dude, Netflix been raising the
It's
price.
crazy
like,
how like $1
It's like
It's
the
like
third time, no?
so
Second
much
time?
for them. Yeah,
dude,
imagine how many
no, but
subscribers
I
they
think they raised it from like $15.99 to like $19.99, right, or something like that.
They be taxing. I don't know.
Well, anyway, but yeah, I mean, back to the moon landing. I mean, again, a lot of I can't.
Yeah.
I don't. My personal opinion, as I still believe in it, but maybe this is just me being like hopeful. You know that humanity's still, good.
Again, I'm not saying that we
But-
suck and we can't make it to the moon. We've been to the moon already.
It's just that first moon landing.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that I 100% believe in this theory. This is a really good theory that I like, and this is why I brought it up. But we could have gone to the moon.
Yeah.
If I prove it wrong, then okay, this is who it is. I'm not that.
Yeah, I mean, again, please leave us down, especially in my conspiracy theory and in the one that Manny's about to tell us. Like leave us down in the comments. What side are you in, or are you just like me that doesn't really care if you're wrong or right or anything, or neutral, or But please behave in the comment section. Like, please don't be mean. We're this podcast. We just want to talk, communicate, have a good conversation, and maybe one day we'll call one of you guys, and maybe you guys can tell us your opinions. So that'd be fun. But all right, Manny. Well, what did you have?
So my topic actually ties into El Paso. It has to do with the underground tunnels that are speculated. Well, some of them I think are confirmed, but most of them are just like speculated. So supposedly under El Paso High School, pre-1980s, there used to be a tunnel system under the school, and they say that some of these tunnels would stretch out for miles. Some of them were just like a little tiny tunnel, and then that some of them would even cross the border to Mexico. So over time, people, and after the 1980s, they installed an AC like system in all of El Paso High, and that's when these tunnels came to light. I think one of them had like collapsed in, and they were like, hey, what's this?
I know
what just happened? Yeah, what's this? So that they went down there, and then they saw all these tunnels, and of course, once people saw these tunnels, all these speculations started coming up. Some people say that these tunnels are used for smuggling. Some people say that used for human trafficking. Some people say that they're just abandoned and that they're just sitting there, collecting dust. But lately, they've been finding a lot of these tunnels that do connect to Mexico, and they have been connecting them to like smuggling and all that.
Dang.
So, and they say that some of these tunnels are pretty old too. Like they're more than like 150 years old. So we don't know what's been down there. We don't know what's passed through there. And like I said, we don't even know if most of these tunnels are actually there. They're just speculated, But there's a story of a janitor that just went down there. This was a while back ago, but he says that all he saw down there was just abandoned rooms. That some of them were left like kind of after fire drill. You just kind of get up and leave all your stuff there.
Yeah.
That some of these rooms look like that. Like the books are just kind of open. Like some.
And the tunnels?
Yeah, well, it's because they were not tunnels. Some of them were tunnels, and they had like classrooms under the school. But then some of these tunnels like leave the school. But then there's tunnels under the school that have like classrooms and all that.
The heck?
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird because, like I said, some of these tunnels they were under school and they got closed off like after the 80s once they built up the. I don't know exactly how it was, but that some of these had classrooms, and that's when they started like discovering like all these like long ass tunnels or like these little tiny tunnels and stuff like that would kind of like build up from that.
They were hidden from the other
were,
tunnel.
yeah, they were hidden. But it all started like in the, I don't know, it was like probably a basement that had like classrooms and all that. But yeah, like that they found some classrooms that still had like the books intact that they still had. Here it says that there's a gum wrapper for 5 cents. So it was like a while ago. So it was like old stuff in there, you know. But yeah, and we still don't know. There's like no like records of like stuff that has happened down there. Like these tunnels just kind of came out of nowhere.
But they're there.
But my question is, why doesn't anyone like?
It's because since they're pretty old.
Why don't they get a warrant or something to go look at it?
It's because
you need a warrant.
A lot of the.
I don't know if you need a warrant, but I mean, like, how come no one just be like,
all right, let's go.
Let's go. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I get why you can't just go, right? Like those schools will be like, nah, you can't just come inside. But that's why I said a warrant. You know,
That makes sense.
to make it legal.
Like a permission to go in.
Like yeah.
So, because some of the parts of the tunnel are collapsed in. Because, like I said, these are like old tunnels. Like they've been there for a while.
So they're not operational anymore?
No, like people have barely been discovering, and that's why they think also like they have connection to human trafficking and all that. Because like they're pretty low key. They're just kind of like there, and we don't know about them. So. Most of like these, they're already kind of like collapsed in. I imagine some of them. I think you call it asbestos, right? Something like that. Like that thing.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
like, it's poisonous for your lungs and all that. I mean, I imagine. It's like
Isn't that fentanyl?
I know there's probably multiple, bro.
Yeah, but it's like you breathe it in, it's like bad for your lungs. So I
And
imagine like most of these tunnels are already kind of like in very very bad condition, you know.
Mm.
But like I said, it's just, and most of them like they're speculations. They're speculated. And they say that some tunnels, that a lot of people have like tunnels under their, like in their backyards and all that. Like smugglers have tunnels there. That there's just a bunch of tunnels under El Paso. Like that's the theory, that there's just a bunch of tunnels we don't know about. A bunch of tunnels we need to discover that stretch out for like miles.
That would be crazy.
There's no way to find out though.
I mean, yeah, we can't
how-
make a hole everywhere.
I know, right? Like it's not gonna be like, let's go to my backyard. Let's just start digging, bro.
Scientists have some way, no? Find out it's like hollow. Just put something like on the dirt and find out how hollow it is.
But I feel like it's kind of hard because they might not just be everywhere, you know. Maybe like in very specific like.
Well, yeah, they have to lead
spots,
somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, supposedly.
But I
then
mean,
again,
they
these
can't be in the
destinations-
backyard, right? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't a contractor be like,
Oh, I know what you mean. When they're building, like
yeah,
all
when they're building the
pipelines.
house, wouldn't a
there's a lot
contractor
of-
be like, oh, hey, there's something down here,
There's a
you know?
tunnel
Like,
here.
But then again, there's a lot of old houses, you know. I know Paso, there's a bunch of old houses that maybe like the
Well,
tunnels kind of got built.
the
after.
only
Like
old
on
houses here,
Central
like
area.
there would not be in the east side.
Oh,
They would not be in the east side.
because even like 20 years ago,
Not
like,
even
all
in the
this was
west side
desert,
would
huh?
happen, because west side is very wealthy. It would have to be central.
And that's where, because I mean, even El Paso High is kind of like in that. I don't want to say central area, but you know, it's kind of.
Shout out to my mom and dad. They went to El Paso High.
Ask them, see if they have if they see the tunnels.
If they know about it.
But
Nah, they don't.
but
Well, they say that it's haunted. Do you think that's why it's haunted?
I've heard.
Do you think because the tunnels it's haunted?
no, it wasn't.
It's like
isn't
a
it haunted
passageway
because the
for
girl
the
could,
ghost.
She
commit
jumped, no?
suicide. Yeah, didn't she
thought she
commit
jumped.
suicide at school
Dude,
or something?
no, I think it's just a lot of like it's not just one ghost. They say it's
Probably
like
multiple.
they say there's a
Multiple.
multiple. They say that there's even a tiger ghost.
A tiger ghost. I got.
No, look. Why do these ghosts only come out at night?
No, they say it's in the morning.
In the morning as well.
Like
I've
well, not
heard,
morning.
I've heard that in El Paso
Like-
High, it's like all day. Bro.
Yeah, like you're
Really?
just chilling in class and just like
There's something just whoa.
If I'm not mistaken, this guy actually kind of talks about
the ghosts,
like
right?
something supernatural. Supposedly,
I
I don't
think-
remember where I
think
read
heard
it,
the-
but that
the
it
janitor.
was already kind of night or like in the morning. There was no students, nothing like that,
Yeah, the janitor.
and that all of a sudden they heard like a pep rally going on,
Nah.
and that they checked, and I mean it was empty. There was nobody there.
I'd be out.
I would have quit. Yeah, I mean,
Do you guys believe in ghosts?
I do.
No.
I do. You what? You just said you would quit. That means you do believe in ghosts.
No. Okay, look. I don't believe in ghosts, but they're scary. The fact that I don't know if they're real or not is somewhat scary, don't you know? Like,
Dude,
No, but
well,
that's trippy.
then
Imagine
just believe in them and be like, I believe in them, and I'm like, and I don't want to deal with
You
them.
know why?
You know what I mean?
I do believe in them a little more, just because in that house I used to live at by Loma, we saw some stuff there. Like
Dude, you messed with
Yeah,
a
that's
ghost.
true.
Okay,
They
this is
always- they
okay.
always tell me
Okay,
you
no.
messed with the ghost.
We're gonna leave that topic for the next week because
I had a ghost friend.
about ghosts. We're gonna leave that topic for next week or some other time. But
But you can't leave me hanging. What do you
Ernesto
mean?
has a really cool ghost story that I know about because he's family, and his mom would always tell me about it. But it's a very cool ghost story.
Is it actually a cool ghost story?
No, it's a very cool ghost story. Very, very cool.
Straight up.
And you still don't believe in it?
Look, this is the reason why I should. Because of the story,
of
I
that.
should most definitely believe in ghosts. But okay, I guess I could say I believe in them because you guys are saying like, yeah, I'm still scared of them, blah blah blah. Like, I guess I think they're real, but I've never.
You just don't want to.
No, I've never like encountered one and been like, oh, that's a ghostly action or that's.
No, like I've never encountered them either. But
you just
I watch Ghost Adventures.
No, honestly,
but it's TV.
Yeah, I know.
mean? Like,
That's why I started laughing, bro, because I'm like, Ghost
Yes.
Adventure.
no, I remember because in that other
It's
house,
kind of scary.
dude, it's I'm already kind of like getting spooked just by talking about this. But I remember, for example, the other house. I
Oh
was
well,
telling
they
you about.
told us that my house someone died.
This
here.
one here.
Yeah.
But we gotta move the
Nah,
location.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, we gotta move the location of the. But no, I remember because my room used to be right in front of the stairs, and for a while I remember I would see this shadow just come up the stairs, and as soon as he would reach the top, just kind of like vanish, and then again just see it come
just
up the
restart.
stairs.
Maybe it was
And-
just like a bird outside.
Nah,
A bird.
nah. Like I would
Just
see,
like
I would see it so
doing a circle,
clearly.
you know?
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Nah, bro, I would see it so
Butterfly?
clearly. Nah, bro, trust. Once we talk about ghost stories. I'll
Well,
tell you
yeah,
more-
I
more
mean,
stuff that happened at
the
house.
conspiracy theory that you had though, I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. I would be surprised if it's still
I
operational.
hope it's true. I hope
Is
it
it-
is true though.
I hope it's not true. What are you talking
What do you
about,
mean?
bro?
Honestly,
I need
and-
some action in El Paso.
And it's
Dude,
pretty
but why do you want a
believable.
human trafficking in El Paso?
No, the smuggling.
Why do you want the smuggling in El Paso, bro?
Gotta be supplied. Nah, but it's because I was because especially if we live in a border town, and drug trafficking has always been big here in El Paso. Even if we haven't seen it, even it's a pretty safe city. It's always been pretty big here.
It's a border city, bro.
Just because of that, just because it's next to Juarez, and Juarez is one of like the biggest, that's a topic for another day. But that's why I also do believe it, because there's been so much smuggling and all that going on. Like, why wouldn't there be tunnels? So I do think there's tunnels. Definitely, there has to be tunnels under El Paso.
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
believe it.
I don't believe it, but I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I
If
mean?
There was.
Like, I would be absolutely no shock. I'd be like, yeah, makes sense.
Well, remember to tune in next episode where we go look for these tunnels.
No, well, but yeah, I mean, I hope it's not true because of the human trafficking. I think that's one of the worst crimes like ever.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
human trafficking, I freaking hate it. But I probably hated it more now that I'm married and I have a daughter.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
see it differently.
Yeah, I see it
You
differently.
see it differently.
But no, I mean, it was fun, you guys, for this first episode.
It was a good episode.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the episode. We're gonna leave links all in the comments, or not in the comments, in the description, where you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram. What else do we got? TikTok. Everyone, we're managing all of these. We're gonna have little time slots here as well. So if you want a specific section that you want to listen to every single week, every single episode will have a time slot for that specific topic. So if you just want to listen to that topic, then yeah.
Or even if you have suggestions for topics or things you want us to talk about, just leave it in the comments as well, and we'll definitely get to it at one point.
Yeah. So if you want to hear with us, Spotify, we're also there on Spotify. We're gonna be on iHeartRadio. We're gonna be on iTunes. We're gonna be on Google Podcasts. We're gonna be on a lot of apps. So you guys should be able to find us anywhere, even on YouTube. We're gonna upload every single week on YouTube. No camera, no anything, not yet, not anytime soon. We're still figuring everything out, but for now, just the recordings should be cool. Anything you guys want to add?
You gotta wonder how we look like.
Yeah.
Some
Maybe
issue.
100 subscribers will do something.
A face reveal.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in.
You'll probably see us in the Instagram, honestly.
Yeah, we'll be there
I was
soon.
about to post pictures actually in there.
We'll be there soon.
So yeah, well, thank you guys for listening in.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Later, you guys.
Peace.